Yeah, Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, you already know the vibes. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, Big Manscape is in the building. Lawnmower 4.0s. I really want to show y'all something. A lot of people don't really notice about Manscaped. Real quick before we get into the meat and potatoes. A lot of people don't notice about the smell goods. The smell goods that Manscaped possesses as well. I heard through the grapevine that a little bit of hold on, let me get it together. I heard through the ooh, this is a fresh one too. I got a couple of these that they sent me. Shout out my guy Dom from Manscaped. Ooh, look at the bottle. Look at the bottle. I heard through the grapevine too. See for yourself. Use code Brunson, save 20% off. Look at that. Manscaped on the bottom. They ain't play around with this. Use code Brunson, save 20% off, get the free shipping. You know what I'm saying? And free shipping I feel for that for y'all. You know what I mean? They not playing, man. They taking care of the men. They taking care of the men, man. Alpha males, man. Use code Brunson, save 20% off, get the free shipping. Free shipping I feel for that for y'all. Listen, let's get into the meat and potatoes, man. It's a lot going on in the National Football League right now. It's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the playoff picture, I just want to emphasize that, I believe Jalen Hurts should be starting against the Washington football team for a multitude of reasons. We're not going to take away from Gardner Minshew's performance at all. We're not going to do that. I don't want to come off like that. He won the game. We needed that win, and he did his job. You know what I'm saying? And he looked good at managing the game to the way the game was. He looked good at managing the game. You can't knock it. You know what I'm saying? He's a better thrower of the ball than Jalen Hurts. But I think Jalen Hurts is my honest opinion and my honest, synopsis on this before we move along. I think Jalen Hurts gives you a better chance to win simply because when you're not playing a team who was bottom 5 in all statistical categories defensive wise like the Jets, and when you're going to play a team like Washington, being a stationary target and them sitting back there and being able to read your throws is not going to work well. It's not going to work well. No other team is going to allow Gardner Minshew to just do whatever he wants. And division games are different. So by us having a guy who can do exactly what Gardner Minshew did, you know what I'm saying? He can do the same thing. Throw to the right. Don't throw in the middle. Throw short. He ain't do nothing Jalen ain't do before. You know what I'm saying? To have a guy that can do that and be able to run and to be able to escape the pocket, you know what I'm saying? That's that added dimension that I think that'll get us over the hump. And besides this, man, Gardner Minshew beat the Jets. Jalen Hurts beat the Broncos. Jalen Hurts beat the Saints. Those are all top defenses. The Panthers was a top defense when we beat those guys as well. And we had to come from behind to actually beat the Panthers. We had to come from behind to do it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, a fun fact. Somebody just shot this to me in my DM. The Philadelphia Eagles are also one of the best road teams in the National Football League. That plays into, playoffs or whatever. But back to Jalen Hurts real quick. He got to play because he is ultimately the one that got us here. Before the Giants game, the Philadelphia Eagles, I think, are top 10 in points per game. I mean, you went from averaging 17 points a game to 25.5 points a game just by basically swapping out your quarterback. By swapping out your quarterback, that's what you did. You still got the same offensive line. You're putting up points. I think Jalen Hurts might put up 50 against the Jets. You know what I mean? I think that style of play just beats up teams and wears them down a little bit more, and we need that, you know what I'm saying, in the later parts of these games. So I want to ride with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has got us to this point to where we're, talking like we can get in this thing. You know what I mean? Finish it out with Jalen Hurts, and let's see what we got in this totality in terms of, evaluation. Now, when you look around the National Football League, you see all of these divisions are really, really tight. All these divisions are tight. The Dallas Cowboys, for real, not as comfortable as they would like you to think. They're not as comfortable as they would like you to think. If the Dallas Cowboys can't afford to lose to Washington. Point blank, period. They can't afford to lose to Washington. So with that being said, let's talk about our division and how tight this playoff race is and who would I prefer to win. You know what I mean? Who would I prefer to win? So you look at the Dallas Cowboys, 8 wins. The Philadelphia Eagles, 6 wins. The Washington football team, 6 wins. Washington is actually, ahead in the division. They're actually in a playoff spot sitting right now. So all Washington got to do, Washington controls their destiny. If Washington keep winning, Washington is in. But Washington got to play us twice. That's the beauty of the schedule, which is why I don't mind the Washington football team beating Dallas right now. I would not mind it at all. If they beat Dallas, that's the 5th straight for them guys, right? The 5th straight for them, then they're bound for a loss. If they lose to Dallas, which would probably be the case, I don't think it's going to be a blowout or nothing like that. I think that's going to be one of the toughest games of the season. You know what I mean? Washington and Dallas this week. So I'm really, really looking forward to that game. I ain't look forward to a Washington game in like 5-6 years. For real, for real. And I'm looking forward to this one. You know, and I'm looking forward to their next game after that too when they come to the link. But I will say this though. This is going to be a tough game, man. Washington is showing that with Ron Rivera, that they are a more disciplined football team. When it's time for Washington to sort away the game, they do it better than probably anybody in the National Football League. We probably would be under them in that regard. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Washington football team can beat Dallas, and I would prefer them to beat Dallas. You know what I mean? Dallas has shown multiple chinks in their armor. They ain't no world beater. You know what I'm saying? They gonna probably win the division, but it's gonna be by a slim margin. Now, with Washington beating Dallas, it tightens it up. It keeps them at 6. It keeps Washington at 7, and it keeps us at 6. But in actuality, we still got to see Washington. So we could be 7-up with Washington. 7-up. Then going to get our revenge against the Jets. Then going to see Washington again. We could be 7-up with Washington. You know what I mean? I like the way that it's going. If we win out, we control our league. We control our destiny too. We might not be in the playoff picture right now, but if we win out, we get one of them playoff spots. So it's all up for the takings, which makes this a really, really important stretch of football for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts absolutely cannot be the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles lose any game this season. Every one of these games matter the most. It kind of reminds me of when Carson Wentz in 2019 went on his playoff run without having a wide receiver get you 500 passing yards. You know what I mean? I was excited for that, man. Carson Wentz went out there and put it on his back. You know what I mean? With no weapons. With Greg Ward, Boston Scott, no weapons. Jalen Hurts got to go out there and do that. Jalen Hurts has a more dynamic skill set. He got better weapons. He got a top put together offensive line. Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni got to go out there and basically win 4 out of these last, how many games we got left? 3? They got to go out there and win 3 out of these last 4. They got to sweep Washington. They got to beat the Giants, and they just got to go in there and brawl with Dallas. They got to win out, basically. A loss would be devastating. And I don't think Jalen Hurts is the only way you can lose. Look at the defense. Now, this is the first time in a very, very long time we got a top 10 offense and a top 15 defense. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that's where we currently are right now, a top 10 offense and a top 15 defense. But I am worried about the defense. I'm worried about them giving cushion. I'm worried about them not having that fire and desire. But most of these games are home games left. So, you know, we only can pray for the best. But this is an important stretch for Jalen Hurts. Hands down, Jalen Hurts got to go out there and put his best foot forward and show that there is no quarterback controversy, because he might want to say that. Everybody's saying that. But the facts of the matter is it is a quarterback controversy. As soon as a guy comes in and the fan base is loving him the way that they loving him, you know what I mean? You will run into quarterback controversy, man. You know what I mean? Dude's already got memes. You know what I mean? He got nicknames. You know what I mean? So he got to go out there and he got to take control of this game against Washington. He got to go. This is the biggest game of Jalen Hurts' career, in my opinion, man. You know what I mean? We're going to call a spade a spade. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. What do you want to happen between Dallas and the Redskins? Make sure you put that in the comments, man. I personally want Washington to win. You know what I mean? And then we take care of them the following week. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man.